All right, here's a report from the Fort Worth location. Just wanted to explain to you some of the stuff that I'm doing and update you. I'm getting the fence installed today, the electric fence, 7,000 volt electric fence around the entire property to keep our equipment safe. And I'm going to start shipping in trucks here very soon. I'm very excited. I'm super happy. I've been traveling a lot back and forth from San Antonio to Fort Worth this last week, and it's kind of been beating me down. Yesterday was very hard. But just want to give you an update on some of the things that I'm doing. Like I explained before, that I'm trying to be creative and not let my San Antonio branch or my Houston branch bear the brunt of the expenses that it costs to open this location. So I'm being super creative and trying to have fun with it and coming up with ways to be able to pay for the startup costs for this place creatively. So I'll explain a little bit of that to you right now and how I'm starting this business. Some of you may know I'm an avid hunter. I'm really big into hunting, and I have a lease down south on the US-Mexico border that I've been hunting on for many years. I'm the lease boss there over many people. I got rid of it this year. I released it, and I am sacrificing that so that I'll be able to spend all my time this winter opening this location. Any of the money that I would be spending on the hunting lease and with corn and protein and all that kind of stuff, I need to sacrifice that and use that money for this location. So here's something creative that I did. I have a cabin there that I built with my sons, and we spent a few years building it, and I sold it to somebody who's taking over down there for about $15,000, and I'm using that $15,000 to pay for a year in advance of the monthly fees for this electric fence. And so I'm going to be doing that with every single thing. So I have a notebook with a list of every single expense, fixed expense for this location, you know, like electricity, phone, water, dumpster pickup, you know, trash service, Wi-Fi, insurance. You know, this fence costs somewhere between $1,500 and $2,500 a month. I don't know if you know that. Anyhow, so I'm paying for a year in advance on the electric fence, and then I'm going to find something else that I own that I can sell real quick, and I can pay a year in advance of electricity, phone, and water. So I've written down the dollar amount of how much it costs to have phone every month for a full year. I multiply that times 12, I come up with that dollar amount. Then electricity, I come up with that amount, multiply it times 12 months, I get that total. Water, I multiply that times 12 months, I get that total. Insurance, I get that amount times 12, I get that total. I put it all in a notebook, all my fixed expenses for this location for an entire year. And then I'm adding up every single one of those fixed expenses for a year. And then I have the total down at the bottom. Then I work on trying to find something that I can sell to make money off of, to get that money back and pay for one of those fixed expenses for a year. So the first thing I did was I sold my cabin at the ranch for 15 grand, and it's going to pay for a year's worth of service for this electric fence. And so they're installing it right now. Now I need to get back in the office and see what else I can find that I can sell. You know, if I got a boat, if I got a motorcycle, I'll sell this Rolex. I don't care. I'm sacrificing anything I can just to make sure that this place succeeds. So that's kind of what I'm doing with that. I'll be having some trucks come in here pretty soon, but I just want to give you a report. I'm super excited. They're installing the fence starting today. The sign is the last step. It should be refaced here in the next week or two, something like that. So anyhow, thought I'd give you guys a report. I hope you have a good day, and God bless everybody. Have a good one.